And you might be asking, what are we actually bringing to Wentworth? What are the policies that people are going to see, and what are we going to bring that's going to be the most successful policies in Wentworth? So essentially what we're trying to do is champion the causes that Senator Leyonhjelm has championed in the Senate since 2013. So reducing the overall tax burden in Australia, particularly agitating towards a higher tax-free threshold and a 20% flat income tax, as well as a broad reduction in the tax burden of businesses, including abolishing payroll tax and reducing company tax. So another big issue is energy prices, bringing an end to GST on electricity and emissions targets, which translate directly to higher energy prices for Australian families. In terms of prosecuting personal freedoms, we'll be arguing for the legalisation of vaping and the recreational use of cannabis, as well as deregulating medical marijuana significantly. The fact that we pointlessly ruin lives of non-violent drug offenders by incarcerating them at significant cost to the taxpayer is one of the great sort of moral failings of our time. It's an issue close to my heart. And also we'll be arguing for voluntary assisted dying. So while it's important to balance the right to choose and the sanctity of life, we think that we should find a legislative solution to allow people to end their lives with dignity where reasonable. So yeah, these are just some of the many policies we're running, and I'm sure you're familiar with them already, but we really anticipate that suite of policies to be quite successful in Wentworth, and I'm very, very excited to be advocating for them. It's been a sort of dream of mine since I was started to get involved in the party. So that's it from me pretty well. Just like to say thank you all so much for the nomination. Very excited to get going. I think it's a huge 6 months for our party now. We've got this opportunity, we've got the state elections, we've got the federal elections, and this is where we go from being a party which is agitating the different parties, the major parties, to a party that's a fixture at all levels of government. So there's a huge amount of potential. I think we should all be very, very excited. And yeah, that's basically it for me. Very excited. Thanks very much for your support. I think we're throwing to a Q&A briefly. Yeah, that's it from me. Thank you. Thanks.